Bob Scalia, his son Dan from Scalia Development are with us for the next few minutes. Glad you guys are with us. You mentioned during the break that you have another son.
Another son, Anthony. Yes, just graduated from University of Buffalo.
And is he involved in the company?
Yeah, he actually, I'm very lucky to have Anthony's abilities in website detail. He handles that. He sets up a lot of the some of the hard copy paperwork I gave you this morning.
Yeah.
He's our go-to guy. And it benefits me because he's a great speller and I'm not. So, he types up most of our advertisements and things
Great.
like that, and a great person to have.
You sound very, very, very proud.
Yep.
All right, Dan, tell me about this courtesy color check that I saw on your website. Pretty interesting concept.
Well, again, trying to always keep the customer in mind to help them get through the job. So they're always looking. We come in, we do a job, and they're picking out different colors, different products, whether it's tile or different counters, and we're trying to help them pick the wall color. Well, we're not professionals. We have an idea of what looks nice from our experiences with different customers. So I decided to come up with a program called the Courtesy Color Check to help them. They're going to bring a person in, any job over $750 that involves painting, and they get a free hour of time to work with this designer. And she'll come in and she'll explain what works best for the resale value, what works for particular styles, whether it's contemporary and kind of helping pick up what's going on in their lives to reach their goals.
So realizing you don't have all the answers, you help the customer find the answers.
Always, yes. That's pretty much how we operate.
Pretty cool.
I like it because, I'm sure you've been in a position before where you go, I don't know what to paint this. And you guys just kind of throw your hands up in the air and say, I just leave it alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just because you're confused.
Yeah, we're trying to avoid that with customers. We want somebody to come in and it just makes the whole process go smooth and helps them so nobody gets nervous and we're in and out as quick as possible to get out of their lives.
I get the impression you're the kind of company that people like. They like having you around. Is that safe to say?
Yes. I mean, we've actually gotten hugs and come on back and you're part of the family comments.
Really?
And that's no lie. That's no lie. We've
See, you're dealing with the most skeptical person on earth over here.
I would have to say
I've never felt like hugging a guy working around my house.
Had many we've had many comments about that. Just you make us feel like we're part of your family type of thing, and I mean it's you have to have that connection with the customer.
Well, of course, I mean it's their money, it's their home, and you're sharing their experience with them,
and you're sharing their space.
Yeah,
a lot of times the customer's home, they're going about their daily business, and you're on top of them in the kitchen and their bedrooms, and and you interact whether you like it or not. I mean, you interact with each other, and you have to have that connection with the customer.
That
nice. Explains why my wife's always hugging the pool boy.
Wow.
The fact that you have a pool boy, Pat.
I've seen a commercial where I'll turn the pool boy into a pool man.
That's what she's doing today.
Yeah. The website again. Well, it's linked to it's kind of a complicated website. So I mean, you can give the website if people want to go right to it, and I'll let you do that because there's letters in here that I'm trying to figure out.
Well, it is scaliadevelopment.vpweb.com.
What's the VP Web stuff? Is that?
That's actually the source that the
That's his
website
host.
generated through. My host.
There you go. See, you're learning as you go.
My host, yeah.
And as we said, you can go to our website, propertysourceradio.com, if you want to take a look at the great work that they do at Scalia Development. And I'm sure you have pictures of jobs that you've done and that sort of thing. And,
yes, there's many pictures in it. Excuse me. My son Anthony also has separated that into different icons you can click on and go to the kitchens, baths, interiors, things like that. Yeah.
It says Anthony's prep here. He did a great job. Tell him
yes,
he did
yes,
so.
I will.
I'm sure he's listening, actually.
Yep.
He said projects are commonly neglected by homeowners. We covered that. I like this. Every job is different. So many possibilities for reaching people's goals. What's the most unique job you've done? Now, when you talk about different jobs, can you think of one that made you say, wow, look what we're doing?
Or, like how crazy was that?
Well, pretty much the one I'm working on now. The lady had a leak on her roof, and she didn't know how extensive it was, and it got behind the siding, the water, and it rotted the whole side of her house.
Oh.
So all the sheeting was virtually gone, and thank God the studs were still mostly intact. So I have the whole side of her house ripped apart, and we're putting up some new studs around the window and resheeting the side of her home. And yesterday when I was working in when I was working in the rain this week,
Yeah.
I noticed, I just went, wow, this is a pretty intense job. What's going on here? But it's going really well, and we should be out of there in a couple of days.
That's great.
Wow.
You'll be getting onto a new thing.
I just wanted to add that the funny part of the story is why it's unique is when we checked the job out, it originally started out as a window leak. And when I put the ladder up on the house, the extension ladder, the whole the wall, the whole side of the house of the second level was actually moving because it was rotted.
Oh, my
and
God.
I told Dan, I says, I know I'm not the lightest person in the world. I said, but it actually feels like this whole wall of this house is moving. And it was actually flexing because of the sheeting was rotted out from years and years of, first time I ever ran into that. A number of people came and looked at it. I've never seen anything like that.
Is that
before.
neglect again, like we talked about earlier?
It's water that was seeping behind the siding, got behind it, gutter problem. I mean, it's actually a simple fix, but let go, it created a major problem, structural problem.
Actually, let go just because it was unknown. They didn't know it was dripping in the wall.
They
for
couldn't.
years.
They didn't see it from the inside,
Yep.
and you couldn't see it behind the siding. So yeah, it was invisible to them. Yeah.
Wow.
No job is too big for these guys. No job is too small. If you want some information, if you want to talk with a couple of honest guys, seriously, just from the 20 minutes we've spent with you, I like the way you go about things. The phone number for Scalia Development, Quality Remodeling, and General Contracting is 749-0338. Now, it's a Saturday. You guys are probably going to be heading right out to a job site. You have someone at the office all the time? Someone?
Yeah, well, but, you know, it connects with my cell phone. I answer actually all emails and cell phone calls, and along with Dan. And mostly on Saturdays, we will be on the job site and or estimating.
Yeah.
Yep.
Estimates are free.
Estimates.
You know,
are
my
free.
wife, it's funny you mentioned estimates. Julie, gosh, I need you to talk with my wife because she never asks ahead of time how much something is going to cost. Invariably, she'll say, yeah, okay, I'll be right. And I'll use as an example, she needed to have some car service done. She goes down to the place to make the appointment, and she doesn't ask, how much is this going to go? And then estimates are important.
Oh, that's the first thing I ask.
Yeah.
All right. How much is this going to cost?
And then I'll ask her, I said, how much is it going to go? I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I mean, do you ever have people like that?
Most of the time, though, can you give me an idea? You know, over
Yeah,
the
just a
phone
ball
type of thing.
And you got to make it clear that you can't be held to that.
Well, and you end up saying that more often. While I can't really say that for sure, I can't really, this is kind of a ballpark. We really like to arrange a time to go down there to give them, and we tell them it's to their benefit. I'm going to throw a number out at you. I'm not going to throw a low number, obviously, because I don't even know what the job looks like, and it may come in a lot cheaper.
And
if
how
we're looking
great
at
is
the
that?
job.
How great is that for the customer?
Right. And that's a good selling point for
Yeah.
Yep.
Fantastic. All right, the phone number again, 749-0338 for Scalia Development, LLC. You want to talk about anything else before we get you back to work?
I got a question.
Pat Coyne, ladies and gentlemen. Pat has his hand up.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
What's the biggest let go? You mentioned a couple of times the homeowners let things go to, extensive measures, and then before they do anything about it. What situation is the most prevalent? I know a friend of mine told me what his opinion was just a few months ago. We were talking about the same thing. And he says, I can't believe I go into these beautiful homes and this is disgusting. It's been let go for years and not kept up with or remodeled. What is your opinion?
Well, I see it on outside trim a lot. Again, just water that's just shedding on the house. You just got to keep an eye out for that. Number two is I see it in bathrooms a lot, around the tubs.
That's the one.
I mean, around the fixtures, and then all of a sudden a little hole comes in, then they try to caulk it, but then the water gets behind it. Next thing you know it, there's a leak on the floor, and then the wood's rotted, and then it involves just a complete gut. Instead of, when you first start to notice these things, really take a good look, and whether or not it completely has to be torn out, just don't wait on it. That's the advice I give people with water.
It gets 10 times more expensive to wait.
Exactly.
Okay. That's good to know. And the reason why I thought about that is because we're talking here and I'm thinking my bathroom shower door is actually, the seal's breaking, so the glass is getting really just black.
Yeah.
A little bit on the corner, so it's just one of those things I got to get the doors done.
Exactly. Just don't wait too long before it becomes more of a problem.
I know of a couple contractors that you could call.
Where? Oh.
Yeah, we don't. 749-0338. You'll talk with Bob.
Oh, thank you.
And Bob will help you with all your problems.
Thank you.
Bob, Dan, Thanks for joining us today. Say hi to Anthony for us. He
I
did
sure
a great
will.
job.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, Property Source Radio. We'll be back with Carlos in your corner. We'll talk about what new scams are in the works these days when we come back on Property Source Radio. Sports Radio, 950 ESPN.